What's going on YouTube? It's your boy GameWiz101 here with another video. Welcome to the first video in the series where I recommend awesome PC builds for those who are on a budget. Today we'll be targeting the $500 range, which in my opinion is the absolute minimum anyone should spend on their computer. There will be two sections to the video, the Intel Nvidia build and the all AMD build. You can skip ahead to the AMD build if you wish. There will be a time on the screen. Alright, let's get into the Intel Nvidia build. Alright, so primarily I think that with a $500 budget, you shouldn't really be expecting too much from your computer. You should be expecting low to medium settings on 1080p AAA titles. Alright, with that being said, let's jump right into the build. For the CPU, I have the Intel Pentium G3430 clocked at 3.3 GHz dual-core processor. This processor is basically the equivalent of an i3 and will give you a good price to performance ratio. For the motherboard, with a $500 budget, you just kind of have to get the cheapest one. The Gigabyte GA H81MH Micro ATX LGA 1150 motherboard is just perfect for this build because it's only $40. For memory, I went for the PNY Anarchy 8GB DDR3 1600 memory because of its low price. It comes in at $25. For storage, we went with the 1TB Western Digital Caviar Blue because it's a pretty good amount of storage and it's only $50. For the video card, I didn't skip out. I chose the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 960 4GB video card. This should, with the processor, be able to run any games on medium settings. In my opinion, the case shouldn't really matter with only a $500 budget, so I went with the cheapest one I could find, and it's about $27. It's called the Roswell FBM05 Micro ATX Mini Tower Case. For the power supply, I went with the EVGA 430W 80+ certified ATX power supply at $25. Lastly, I suggest that you go and purchase a Windows key from Kingwin. Link will be in the description below, as well as all the saved parts list from PC Part Picker. If you guys have never used PC Part Picker before and you're looking to build a computer, I highly recommend that you use it. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the AMD build. Alright, for the CPU, I went for the AMD FX 6300 clocked at 3.5 GHz, and it's a 6-core processor. This is an AMD processor and it's much cheaper than the Intel ones, and for a budget build, I highly recommend AMD. For the motherboard, I went with the Asus M5A78L-M USB 3 Micro ATX AM3 Plus motherboard. This comes in at $45. So it doesn't break the budget. For the memory, I went with the same memory, the PNY Anarchy 8GB DDR3 1600 memory. I chose this once again because of the low price. For storage, I again went with the Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB hard drive. For only $50, you're getting a lot of storage. For the video card, obviously I had to go with the RX 480 because it is the best budget graphics card right now. For the case, I went with the ASA Series ATX mid tower case. Not sure if I pronounced that right. Anyways, moving on. For the power supply, I chose the CoolMax 400W ATX power supply because of its low $16 price. The base total for this build would be $480, but with mail-in rebates, you'll only be paying approximately $460. So I highly recommend, if you're going to do this, to pick up your parts now. But don't forget that you have to add in $30 for a Windows key. So in conclusion, the AMD build will outperform the Intel/Nvidia build by far due to AMD targeting the budget audience. Intel and Nvidia are both catering to those who want a high-end PC. Once again, there will be links to all the parts lists in the description below, as prices do fluctuate quite a bit at this price range. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course, subscribe.
Thank you.